In today's session, we are going to discuss about server-side APIs. Okay. So we have glide record and glide record secure. So did I explain about this glide record secure, guys? Let me unmute everyone. Hello. Did I explain about glide record secure both?
No. Glide record you explained, but
So glide record secure, I didn't explain, right?
yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, keep yourself muted, guys. So in today's session, we are going to start discussing about server-side APIs. So glide record and glide record secure. So glide record is used to do database operations. These database operations are nothing but CRUD operations. Okay. These database operations are nothing but CRUD operations. So glide record secure is also used for CRUD operations only. Even glide record secure is also used for CRUD operations only. Then why do we need two APIs to do the CRUD operations? We need only one, right? One is sufficient, right? Why do we need two APIs? Okay, I will tell you why exactly glide record and glide record secure both are actually used for CRUD operations. Okay, so CRUD operations stands for create, read, update, delete. Okay, create, read, update, delete. So here, guys, on any table, if you want to do the create operations, you can use glide record API. On any table, if you want to do the create operation, on any table, if you want to create a record, you can use glide record or glide record secure. On any table, if you want to read the data, you can use glide record or glide record secure. On any table, if you want to update the records, you can use glide record or glide record secure. On any table, if you want to delete the records, you can use glide record or glide record secure. So we will use, we will do the create operation using glide record and glide record secure both. Okay. So I want to create a user account using script, guys. I want to create a user account using script. So what I'm doing is I'm using background script to explain about glide record. Okay. So now let me just open the users. So how many user accounts are there now? 707 user accounts are there. I want to create a new user account. I want to do the create operation using script. Okay. I want to do the create operation using script. So then what I am doing is I am writing glide record. Gr is equal to new glide record. On which table you want to do the create operation? User table. So you have to specify the table name here. If you want to do the CRUD operation, if you want to do the create operation on the incident table, you will mention incident here. If you want to do the create operation on the problem table, you will mention problem table here. If you want to do the um, if you want to do the create operation on the user table, you will mention the user table name here. So then you will use gr.initialize. Gr.initialize will open the form, guys. So gr.initialize will open the form with empty values. If you use gr.new record, so it will open the form with the default values. So every time when I open the form, it will populate the default values, right? Do you remember default values concept? Hmm? Everyone? So if you want to populate the default values, you will use new record. If you don't want to populate the default values, you will use initialize. Okay. After that, you have to fill the field values. gr.setValue, field name, comma, value you have to pass. You have to use gr.insert to create a record, guys. This insert is like after filling the field values, you will submit the form, right? So this is like a submitting the form. Okay. So username, Vamsi, first name. So Vamsi, your first name, Dronadula.
First name is Dornadula.
Where are you based out of, Vamsi?
Nellore, Uday, Nellore district.
Okay. So username, first name, last name, email. Guys, keep yourself muted. Vamsi@gmail.com. Location, department, phone, mobile phone. Okay. So I am opening the user form. I am filling the user ID, username, last name, title also will fill. So department, HR department system ID I am taking. Because department is a reference field, right? We have to pass system ID here. Location field I am keeping it as empty. Phone number, some random number I am giving. Mobile phone also I am giving some random number. So title I am giving gr.setValue. Okay. I am clicking on run script here. You can see user account is created. Now you just go to the user list. You will be able to see Vamsi account is created now. You can see Vamsi user account is created or not. Vamsi user account is created or not, guys. So this Vamsi user account is created in the user table using this Vamsi user account is created. See Vamsi user ID, Vamsi first name, last name, his title, department, and his phone number. Okay, his email address. So Vamsi, using all these details, I created a Vamsi user account using script. Okay. So guys, here in place of glide record, you can also use glide record secure as well. Okay. So Vamsi 1 I am giving here. Dronadula Vamsi 1. Okay. Vamsi 1. So I am actually creating another user account with the Dronadula Vamsi 1 name. So this time I am using glide record secure, guys. Using glide record secure also you can do the create operation. Okay. So you can see another user account is created. So that is actually Vamsi 1, Vamsi Dronadula Vamsi 1. You can see another user account is created here. So this one is actually created using glide record. This one is actually created using glide record secure. Getting my point? So this one is actually created using glide record. This one is created using glide record secure. So using glide record and glide record secure, using both the APIs, we are able to do the create operation or not? Everyone? Okay. So if I want to create an incident record, then what I will do, I'll change the table name to incident. Field name, I'll change the incident field name. Caller underscore ID, category, subcategory, state, short description, impact, urgency, CMDB underscore CA. Color is a reference field, right? We have to pass the system ID. So I'm taking the able tutor system ID. Okay, category, I'm keeping software. Subcategory, I'm keeping email. State value, I'm keeping as new. New means one. Short description, text record. Description, test record. Impact, one. Urgency, one. CMDB underscore CA. Configuration item is a reference field. You can say CMDB underscore CA. It is a reference field. We'll take the system ID of the configuration item. So what are we doing now? We are actually creating the record. We are creating the record. Okay. We are creating the record. So you can say we have just created the record using, we have done a create operation using glide record secure in the incident table. So you can also use glide record to create a record on the incident table. You can use either glide record or glide record secure. Sorry guys, I forgot to mute myself. Okay. So that is how you will actually do the create operation using glide record secure. So now guys, we will understand how to do the read operation. So in the user table, I want to read all the users names. I want to read all the users emails. I want to read all the users departments. So then what I will do, so I will write a glide record here. So I will write a glide record on the user table. Okay. So on which table we are reading? User table. So after that you have to create gr.query. So that what happens, it will query all the users. In the user table, how many user accounts are there? It will query all the user accounts. To loop through each record, you have to use while loop. So how many user accounts are there now? So there are actually 709 user accounts. So this gr.next will become true for 709 times. It will become true for 709 times. Okay. So and 800th time it will be false. Okay. So I want to print all the users names. I want to print all the users names. gr.getValue name plus gr.getValue email plus department. Department is a reference field, right? So department is a reference field, right? Then what you will use get display value. Get display value. Get display value department. Okay. So when I run this particular script, okay, you can see every user name, every user name, that particular user email address, and that particular user department. So every user name, email address, and department. So we are able to read the data or not. So every table data you can read it. So I want to read incident table data. Incident number, short description, description. You can see it is reading all the incidents, incident number, incident short description, and incident description. So incident number, incident short description, incident description. Number, short description, description. So I want to read all the problem records data. Problem. So problem number, problem short description, problem description. I want to read change request details. Change request number, change request short description, change request description. Okay. So similarly, every knowledge article, every knowledge article number, knowledge article short description. In the knowledge article, there is no description field. There is no description field. So text. So too much content is giving. So knowledge article number, knowledge article short description, and knowledge article content. Okay, it is giving the knowledge article content as well. Okay. So likewise, we are able to read every table data or not. You answer me, guys. Hmm? We are able to read every table data, right? Okay. So guys, here using glide record secure also, you can using glide record secure also, you can do the read operation using you can do the read operation on any table. Using glide record secure also, you can do the CRUD operations on any table. Okay. You understand my point? So now what are we doing? We are reading every table data. I mean, let me just, we are reading all the records data. This underscore user name, email, and department. Every user name, every user email address, every user department, we are able to read it, right? So every user name, every user email, every user department, we are able to read it. I don't want to read every user, every user email, location, department. I want to read only active users email, active users location, active users department. Okay. In the user table, active users, active true. So active true, how many users are there? 698 users are active. Okay. gr dot add active query. So you can see active users email address, location, active user name, active user email, active user location. So you can before the query, you have to write this add active query, gr dot add active query. Before the query you have to write, guys. Okay. Okay. So I want to read only inactive users. So you have to write inactive query. Add inactive query, I capital letter here. So I want to read inactive user name, inactive user email, inactive user location, inactive user department. So there are actually these many users which are inactive. So I am able to read only inactive users, guys. I am able to read only inactive users here. So add active query means it will actually show you active users. Add inactive query means it will show you inactive users. Inactive users means active false. Active false. So active false, how many user accounts are there? 11 user accounts are there. So you can see you are able to see every user account name, email, location, name, email, department. Okay. So add active query means it will query active users. Add inactive query means it will query inactive users. Okay. So here in the users, location empty users. How many users are with the location empty? Location is empty. So with the location empty, how many users are there? There are 150 users where location is empty. So I want to read where location empty users. Then gr dot add null query. Add null query. Add null query location. Okay. So username, email address, and department. So I want to query the users where location is empty. So location not empty records how many users are with the location not empty. Location is not empty. So location is not empty. How many records are there? 553 user accounts are there. So add not null query, guys. Add not null query. Not null query means location not empty. So location not empty. These many user accounts are there where location is not empty. Getting my point? Do you understand what is add query, add inactive query, add null query, add not null query? Okay. So instead of using add active query, add inactive query, what you can write is you can use gr dot add query. Add query is like adding the condition. So add query to comma true. This is equal to gr dot add active query. Okay. So this line and this line both are same. Gr dot add query active true. This one gr dot add active query both are same. Okay. So that what happens? It will print all the active users' names, email, location, departments. Okay. Gr dot add query. So you can write as many add queries as you can. So gr dot add query location comma empty. So location empty. Active records where location is empty. This is equal to gr dot add null query. Add null query location. So this line both are same. I'm actually reading the users where active user and location is empty. Okay, active user and location is empty. Okay. Active user location is empty. So there are 147 records. So it will actually read 147 records. Active location is empty. So instead of using these two lines, you can also use these two lines. Okay. These if you want to add multiple conditions, you have to write multiple add queries, guys. Okay. And gr dot add query department comma not is equal to empty. Not is equal to empty. Okay. So the conditions active true, location empty, and department not empty. Okay. So instead of writing this add query, what you can do, you can use gr dot add not null query. Okay. So here you can see instead of writing this add queries, you can write gr dot not null query, gr dot null query, gr dot add active query. So here every condition will act like end condition. End condition means all conditions must be true. All conditions must be true. Okay. So likewise, you will actually filter the records and you will query those records. So here you are actually filtering it. This is like keeping the conditions here. You are keeping the conditions using script. Then you are actually querying it. After keeping the conditions, you are querying it. Getting my point? Everyone. Hmm? So I want to read the latest created records. So I want to read the latest created records. Latest created 5 records. Then what I will do, gr dot order by descending order, this underscore created on. Okay. gr dot set limit. So here gr dot order by descending order means latest created records based on the created time. And set limit, only 5 records I want to query. Okay, only 5 records I want to query. You can see these are the latest 5 user accounts created. You can see Vamsi 1. These 2 user accounts are latest. This one is the latest one created, and this one after that the Vamsi account is created. So I want to read the oldest created records. Then I will use order by. Order by means oldest. Order by descending means latest. I'm able to read the latest. This is the oldest. I'm able to read the oldest 5 created records. Getting my point? So here, guys, here you see there is a there is a condition called there is a method called encoded query. So instead of writing these 3 lines, so instead of writing these multiple add queries, okay, instead of writing three add queries, okay, instead of writing 3 add queries, okay. So here what am I doing is I am actually applying the filter here. Active is true and location is empty and department is not empty. Department is not empty. Just run the script. So right click, see, this is a condition, right? In the end of the condition, in the end of the breadcrumb, right click, copy query. So instead of writing these 3 conditions, you can use gr dot encoded query. Encoded, add encoded query. Add encoded query. Okay. So instead of writing 3 conditions, I am writing one encoded query. So using encoded query is a good practice, guys. Instead of writing multiple add queries, okay. So it is not possible to pass multiple conditions in a single add query. So then in that case, you have to use encoded query. In the encoded query, you can pass multiple conditions. So what I have done, I have actually applied the filter here. I copied that query. Okay. And I pasted that query here in the query. This is a query string. So instead of writing multiple add queries, what I am doing here, instead of writing multiple add queries, what am I doing is I am writing one encoded query. You can see active is true. This is a end condition. This means end. Okay. And location is empty. Location is empty. And department is not empty. 3 conditions I am keeping it in one encoded query. So you can't keep multiple conditions in one add query. Okay. So likewise, using the add encoded query is a good practice, guys. Using the add encoded query is a good practice. Okay. You understand, right? Likewise, you will filter the records. After filtering, you will query the records. After querying it, you will read the records. So there is a process, guys. In the user table, you are filtering the records. So using encoded query, using add active query, add inactive query, add null query, add not null query, using order by descending order, using set limit, you are actually filtering the records. After filtering the records, you are querying the records. After querying the records, you are reading the records. So 3 stages: filtering, querying, reading. Getting my point? Okay. So now we have seen read operation using glide record and glide record secure. So you can do the read operation using glide record and glide record secure. Now we will understand about update operation. So you can do the update operation using glide record and glide record secure both. Okay. For reading, filtering is must. Querying is must. Okay. For updating also, filtering is must. Querying is must. For deleting also, filtering is must. Querying is must. Okay. Okay. For updating also, filtering is must. Querying is must. For deleting also, filtering is must and querying is must. So here I want to change the Vamsi email address. Okay. So here in the users, Vamsi email address is actually vamsi1@gmail.com, vamsi@gmail.com. So I want to change this particular email address. I want to update this particular Vamsi email address to vamsidronadala@gmail.com. First of all, I have to filter that Vamsi record. Okay. I have to filter that Vamsi record. So add query, system ID, system ID. So then what I am doing is I am taking the Vamsi system ID. So now I am filtering. After filtering it, I have to query it. After querying it, I have to update it. Now I have to update it. gr.setValue, gr.setValue, where email address, comma, Vamsi @gmail.com. So gr.update, gr.update. This update method is used to update the record, guys. So here in the while updating, filtering, querying, updating, filtering, querying, reading, filtering, querying, deleting. Okay. So now what I am doing is I am actually filtering the record. Vamsi record I am filtering. I am querying the Vamsi record. And I am actually updating the Vamsi email as vamsidronadala@gmail.com. I am using update method here. So I have updated the Vamsi record. Just go to the users and see Vamsi email is updated or not. You can see vamsidronadala@gmail.com. Is it updated in the database or not? Okay. So this particular email address also I want to change. I'll take the system ID of this particular record. I'll filter it. I'll query it. vamsidronadala1@gmail.com. Now you go to the users and email address is changed or not. We'll see here. vamsidronadala1@gmail.com. Okay. Getting my point. Okay. Well, along with the email, if you want to update location department as well, gr.setValue, location, gr.setValue, department. I'm taking customer support department system ID. I'm taking Rome system ID. So now what I'm doing is I'm actually in uh, the Vamsi user account. I'm actually keeping email, location, department. Okay. We go to the Vamsi profile. Is it updated or not? It is updated. So we'll go to the Vamsi profile. See, Vamsi email is updated, Vamsi location updated, Vamsi department is also updated. Okay. So if you want to update the record, first of all, you have to filter the records, you have to query the records, then you have to update the records. So you have to update the fields and you have to use update method here, guys. You have to use update method here. Okay. Update method is used to update the records. Hmm? You understand my point? So instead of using this while loop, using this while loop, what you can do is you can directly use update multiple method. Okay. So after query, it will actually, so Vamsi 2 I am keeping here. Vamsi 2. Instead of using while loop, what I am doing is I am actually using directly update multiple method so that it will actually update multiple records without using while loop. If you go to the Vamsi user account, the email address is changed as Vamsi Dronadala2@gmail.com. So even for deleting as well, we have to filter and you have to query, then you have to delete. Okay. So then what we have to do? So I want to delete this particular Vamsi profile. I'll copy the system ID. Then I'll filter the Vamsi profile, query it. After that, what I will do, I'll write the condition. I'll write the condition. So I'll write the condition. Record exists. If record is there, next. Okay. So gr.delete record. So you can use this particular delete record method to delete the record. Now what I'm doing is I'm filtering Vamsi record, I'm querying it, I'm actually deleting that particular record. And see, and Vamsi record is deleted. You go to the users list. So Vamsi record is deleted. I'm taking the system ID of this particular Vamsi profile. I am going to filter it out. I'm going to query it. I'm going to delete this particular record as well. You understand my point? Okay. So I want to delete this particular Shruti profile as well. Copy the system ID and filter it out and query it. So if you have multiple records, what you can do is instead of using while loop, so if there are multiple records, what you will do, you will use gr.next. Gr.delete record. Okay. So instead of using gr.delete record, instead of using while loop, what you can do is you can use gr.delete multiple. You can use gr.delete multiple. So that what happens? It will actually delete that particular record. Even though there are multiple records you are filtering, that those many records it will delete. Okay. So guys, let me just go back. So when you are updating the record, or when you are creating the record, or when you are deleting the record, if you want to make sure the other scripts are not running. So because of this particular script, when you execute this script, there is a chance that the other scripts will be executed. There is a chance that the other scripts will be executed. So in that case, to stop the other scripts running, you will use gr.setWorkflowFalse. gr.setWorkflowFalse. It will actually stop the other scripts running. This is very important, guys. When you are actually running the background scripts, okay, when you are updating the records, use this line so that it will stop the other scripts that are there on the user table. In the user table, there might be other scripts as well. To stop the other scripts running, you will use gr.setWorkflowFalse. When you are updating the record, these system fields like created by, updated by, updates, these system fields will be updated automatically. So to stop the system fields to be updated, what you can do is you can use gr.autosysfields false. Okay. So when you are updating the records, if you want to stop the system fields to be updated, you will use autosysfields false, so that created, created by, updated by, updates fields won't be updated. Okay. Those fields won't be updated. Okay. So if you want to update the system fields forcibly, normally system fields will be updated by system only. So created time, you cannot populate the created time. System will populate the created time. You cannot populate the created person. You cannot populate the updated time. You cannot populate the updated by person. You cannot populate the updates count. So these fields will be populated by system automatically. So if you want to change the updated time, okay, if you want to change the updated time, so like sys underscore updated underscore on, this is a system field. If you want to update the system values, okay, sys underscore created underscore on, sys underscore created underscore by. If you want to update the system fields, you have to use gr.setWorkflow false, gr.autosysfields false. Then you have to use gr.setForceUpdate. Set force update. Okay. So you have to use these lines. You have to use these three lines to update the system fields. System fields won't be updated normally. You have to forcibly update them. Okay. So these CRUD operations, you can do it using glide record or glide record secure as well. Now, let me tell you the difference between glide record and glide record secure. Let us say two names, Ramu and Somu. There are two persons, Ramu, Somu. Okay. So Ramu has permission to create a user account. Somu doesn't have permission to create a user account. So here permissions matter. So Ramu has permission to create a user account. Somu doesn't have permission to create a user account. So in this case, both are using glide record, guys. Both are using glide record. Okay. Both are using glide record. So when Ramu is trying to create the record, glide record is allowing you to create the record. When Ramu is trying to create a user account, glide record is allowing him to create a user account. Somu, even though doesn't have Somu has permission, glide record is allowing him to create the record. So both Ramu and Somu both are able to create the record using glide record. So even though Ramu has permission, even though SOMO doesn't have permission, glide record is allowing both of them to create the records. Okay. So this is actually one case. That means glide record is not checking the permissions. So when it comes to the glide record secure, so Ramu has permission to create a user account and Somu doesn't have permission to create a user account. So they both are using glide record secure this time. Okay, they both are using glide record secure this time. So in this case, glide record secure will allow only Ramu to create the record. Glide record secure will not allow Somu to create the record. Because glide record secure will check the permissions. Who has permission, who doesn't have permission. So as Ramu has permission, glide record secure will allow Ramu to create the record. And as Somu doesn't have permission, glide record secure will not allow Somu to create the record. You understand my point? Do you understand the difference between glide record and glide record secure, guys? You can unmute yourself and you can ask your questions. See, let us take two examples, guys. Two names as an example, Ramu and Somu. Ramu has permission to create a user account. Okay. Somu doesn't have permission to create a user account. So Ramu has permission, Somu doesn't have permission. And they have started using glide record. They both are using glide record. Okay. So glide record allow Ramu to create the record. Glide record will allow Somu to create the record because glide record will not check the permissions. Okay. Now second scenario. So glide record secure. Ramu and Somu both are using glide record secure. So glide record secure is allowing only Ramu to create the record and glide record secure is not allowing Somu to create the record because Ramu has permission, Somu doesn't have permission. This glide record is secure is checking the permissions. You understand? See,
Yes, yes, Uday. Yeah.
that is the only difference between glide record and glide record secure.
But
So
but
glide,
Uday, in real time, so in that case, we have to restrict the option for script background to the users. Then,
Hmm?
so if anybody can execute this glide record, right? So, but in the real time, so that script background we have to restrict to the all the users. Like we have to provide to only.
background
So
script.
no, no. If glide record allows to create everyone, right? Everyone can use glide record and they can perform some operations, right?
Hmm.
Then in the real time, then how it will like how we can restrict that then.
So we will always use glide record secure.
But if some users know, we can use the glide record, right? So if they'll run, then it will
No, you
update.
see, users won't be able to write the scripts. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay.
users won't be able to write the scripts because when we are writing the scripting as a
Mhm.
developer, we
Okay,
have to use glide record secure.
okay, okay. So maybe whatever the role for normal users that won't allow to use the scripting part, right? They won't.
Yes.
Okay.
So tomorrow we do have session, guys. Okay, we do have session tomorrow, and Monday onwards, as I told you, Monday onwards, please join.